Obasanjo's behavior towards Oyo monarchs insults Yoruba people, traditional institutions, says Fani-Kayode. A chieftain of the All Progressive Congress (APC), Fani-Kayode, has berated the former president Olusegun Obasanjo for humiliating monarchs in Oyo State last week. The former aviation minister knocked his former principal for ordering the monarchs to stand at an event to honor him and Governor Seyi Makinde. A viral video shows Obasanjo berating the traditional rulers for not acknowledging his presence and that of the governor by being on their feet at the inauguration of Oyo Iseyin Road on Friday. Obasanjo's action had attracted public outrage, especially from the people of the Yoruba descent, who described his behavior as disrespectful towards the monarchs, the institution, and the Yoruba culture. In a statement issued on Saturday, Fani-Kayode said, "I am deeply saddened and truly mortified by the way in which the former President Olusegun Obasanjo lambasted our reverend traditional rulers in Oyo State and ordered them to stand up and sit down as if they were children. This is the same Obasanjo that once upon a time displayed his respect, his humility, and I dare say greatness by bowing and kneeling and prostrating before our monarchs, even when he was president. Yet today, he talks to them as if they are his garbage collectors, orders them to jump up and down like a Molue driver, talking to his passengers, and a motor parked out, talking to a bunch of jobless and worthless underlining. See, many think that the whole thing is some kind of joke, but I do not. We must not take it lightly. And the truth is that by doing what he did, he has spat on all our faces. His words and behavior are a desecration of our values and a grave insult to the Yoruba people and our traditional institutions. And I am constrained to be gentle and restrained in my criticisms to Obasanjo, but this and so many other issues because of the undying love, the respect I have for him. This is all the more so given the fact that I have proudly served in his government. So, whatever his association with and support for P2B in the last presidential election has diminished. Yes, and it has demystified him in the eyes of most to some extent that it has become painful and embarrassing. In fact, it is also indefensible. He said that the great Obasanjo is now a Fleming obedience, is the eighth wonder of the world. It really makes no sense and it is simply mind-blogging. What we witnessed when Obasanjo insulted our traditional rulers in Oyo State yesterday was the Obi spirit, which is now firmly embedded in him at work. First, he was at a gathering in Oka where the Yoruba race were labeled political rascals by some Igbo leaders without a response from him. And now he has the guts and the effrontery to tell our traditional rulers to jump up and down like yo-yos and clowns. Baba, this is too much. This is too much. Please, respect yourself and stop embarrassing those of us that still have some affection and respect left for you, my country people. This is coming from Fani-Kayode, the former aviation minister, has rebuked his former boss, the ex-president Olusegun Obasanjo, for what he deemed as an embarrassing treatment of the Yoruba traditional rulers during the recent inauguration of a project in Oyo State. So, my country people, according to Fani-Kayode, he said, like the Molue driver talking to, passengers, that Obasanjo, who is his ex-boss, was treating the Oyo monarchs like children. treating them like children, and it was a very embarrassing treatment, on the Yoruba traditional leaders. So my country people, according to Kayode, he find this very, very disrespecting. I mean, for a man he once hold in high esteem, it seems that Obasanjo now is a flaming obedient. All his character, his attitude portrays those of the obedient. So, according to Fani-Kayode, how can a man who dedicated his life to and fought for a united Nigeria support a closet secessionist, a political fraud, a dishonest man, and a religious bigot like Peter Obi to be the president? Fani-Kayode, as we all know, had supported President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's presidential bid and worked, into his campaign organization. And at some point, we know that Femi Fani-Kayode hasn't been given any appointment yet. But then his former boss, the ex-president Olusegun Obasanjo, had told Nigerians that a man like Femi Kayode, once you give him food, he will clap and he will dance for you. Anything you want him to do, he will do it for you. Just make sure you provide him food and he will do anything you want. So my country people, Obasanjo had taken a sweep at Femi Fani-Kayode, some few years back. But now we have Kayode lashing out at the ex-president for, disrespecting the Oyo traditional rulers. So guys, what are your thoughts on this? However, Nigerians have reacted. See this wife beater talking. Please give him food. I can see that he is hungry. Well, this really shows Obasanjo has no respect for our traditional institutions, particularly in the region he came from. I know he cannot try this nonsense in the north. Yet, governor can remove the monarchs overnight. Obasanjo is right. Those monarchs were picked by politicians and gave them salary, so they can treat them anyhow. Well, this is a country. Femi Kayode is hungry, please. He should rest. The build bridger has spoken. No matter how this domestic violence man tackle any APC opposition, they won't give him any post in this administration. They've known him for his tricks, and that tricks is now old logic. Well, it seems that Obasanjo can also do this to Igbo kings. Femi Kayode, if you are not happy, go to court. You go explain tire, no evidence. Okay, guys, these are some few reactions from Nigerians. So, my country people, I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comment section.